Walgreens with my belongings. He approached me, told me that his brother was the district attorney, that he was there to help me, that Jehovah God sent him to protect me from being raped, robbed, and murdered in the street. So he already knew of my situation and everything that was going on, right? Told me that he had a condo for me and my 3 children on the Gold Coast of Chicago, that everything was going to be okay. I didn't even believe it. I thought he was bullshitting. So I'm like, absolutely not. I'm not going with you. He sat with me on the steps of a church next to the Walgreens with all my belongings for a full 24 hours, watched me sleep, didn't hurt me, didn't steal from me. And I finally thought, okay, if he's stuck it out this long, maybe the police are finally investigating. You know, maybe they're finally doing their job. Maybe they did send him. Maybe his brother is the DA. Maybe this is real, you know? So I go with him. Lo and behold, there's a condo on the Gold Coast. He wasn't lying. It is trashed. When I say trashed, I mean the living room, the sala, the kitchen, and the laundry room are okay. The bedrooms smell like a crime scene. Like a literal fucking crime scene. Urine, shit, food. I could not even tell you what other bodily fluids. All over the place. Fungus growing, yeast and mold growing. He has all of this artwork, which is just like photos that he prints out, black and whites of old models like Audrey Hepburn, like that age of models, hanging from like a string on the side of his wall that are literally moist to the touch when you touch them, soaking wet because they've been in there for so long. So guess whose job it was to clean everything? So I'm the victim being raped, robbed, beaten, and abused. You're the DA here to help me. You're giving me a condo. Clearly, you're not, because you coerced me into believing you coming to this condo so that I could clean the entire thing. The day I finished cleaning it, the same day, he said we had to go. I could not make this shit up. I couldn't. So we leave, and I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me, right? And I find out I'm pregnant. I made it clear to everyone from the get-go, I am asexual. Unless I am either being dosed with something or coerced heavily, I don't look for sex at all in any way, shape, or form. I don't like it. I don't want it. I'm pretty much fucking traumatized by it in all ways. But I'm pregnant. We're walking on foot from Chicago, Illinois, Gold Coast, all the way to California. That was our plan. We've gone to Illinois for help. His brother, the district attorney, has stopped responding to his text messages. We've gone to every local jurisdiction. So what's left to do? We have no idea. So we literally start walking from Oak Street Beach in Chicago west, planning to go to California and stop at local jurisdictions in small towns and cities the whole way to Cali. That's when I found out I was pregnant. We made it to Davenport, Iowa. I passed out, had a BM on myself, peed on myself, unconscious on a train platform. He called 911. An ambulance came and picked me up. I was hypoglycemic, malnutritioned, and pregnant. Those were my 3 diagnoses. I stayed there at the hospital for like 1 day, and then we continued our trip, and I kept telling him, you won't work. I'm pregnant. We need to go back, you know? So after like a week or so, I finally get him to agree to going back to Chicago. We took a Greyhound bus from Davenport, Ohio, or Iowa, whatever that town is called, back to Chicago. 3 days after that is when I got my job at Getir, Getir. So I began working full time. Why did I lose my job at Getir? Was it for getting written up? No. Was it for not complying? No. Was it for not being able to get the job done? Nope. Did you knock it out of the park? Every fucking time. Are you an excellent employee? You bet your fucking socks off I am. You bet your socks off? You knock your socks off? Yes, I'm an excellent employee. Okay, period. I'm a salesperson. I'm kind. I'm honest. I'm motivated. I'm fun. Like, I'm an excellent employee. I got the job done every single time. The day before Thanksgiving, the CEO, Langston Duggar, comes into Getir. Okay, and this is located on Harrison Street, downtown Chicago. He comes in and calls me to the office. I've never met the man before. I'm terrified. Now, understand, I'm pregnant. I'm trying to go remote, so I want to work from home. Trying to get promoted. I was hired at $22 an hour, and then last minute the bitch was like, oh, actually, it's only going to be $20 an hour. So she kept $2 for herself an hour of every single day I was working. That I was working. So I'm trying to get promoted, trying to get my money back up, trying to go remote. I'm about to have babies. I'm 5 months pregnant with twins. He calls me into the office and goes, Heather, what's this? Turns around his laptop. There's a YouTube channel called Crazy Train. You guys can look it up. Crazy Train. On that channel, they make up so much fucking nefarious slander and libel about me. Like, it's insane. I came out in 6 episodes of a reality show. 6 episodes. That's it. Why are you dedicating so much energy towards destroying my life and reputation? I am a very kind person. What the fuck is going on? You know? So he shows me this channel, Crazy Train, and he's like, is any of this true? And I'm like, absolutely not. And he's like, do me a favor. Since you're clearly being targeted, and I told him a little bit about the assaults and all of that other stuff. He's like, since you're clearly being targeted, do me a favor. Don't wear any company branded gear on your socials, and don't wear it on the train or even outside of here. He's like, take your sweater home if you want, but put a coat on top of it. He's like, this is just going to keep the drama away from work. And I'm like, you're right. I'm so sorry. You know, they tagged my fucking job on this Crazy Train whatever station on YouTube. I was so grateful that he didn't fire me the day before Thanksgiving. He also tells me that there's rumors on that channel that I'm, quote, not pregnant, but muling drugs, unquote. What? Now I've really heard it all. Fast forward to Christmas Day. I'm cooking for us. We're in an Airbnb again because all of my checks were going to Airbnbs. Xavier said he was working at Jimmy John's, but did not bring home a single check. So Jimmy John's, what's going on? Erica, his manager, what's going on? This is my husband, the father of my baby, who, according to him, he got me pregnant on purpose. He didn't care if I wanted to get pregnant or not. He loves me, and he's here to protect me for the rest of my life. How do you justify him saying he's going to work every day at Jimmy John's and never once bringing home a paycheck? I call his boss, Erica, and I say, hey, Erica, it's Heather, Xavier's wife or girlfriend, whatever, pregnant baby mama. I'm like, let's just put it that way. I'm about to have his babies, because it was twins. I go, I think he must have like written his social inverted or his direct deposit information wrong because you guys haven't paid him once and he's been there for 4 weeks. Oh no, he's been getting paid. Are you sure? Well, let me check. She takes a few days to get back to me. By the time she gets back to me, they let Xavier go. He did not receive a single fucking payment the entire time he was working at Jimmy John's. So I'm working full time at Gatir. He's supposedly at Jimmy John's. To this day, I have no idea where he was. He claims they human trafficked him, forced him to work, and never paid him at all. That's his claim. But I'm reading all of these comments and knowing that my job and our livelihood rests solely on my shoulders because he's not bringing home a single paycheck. He's not paying for the Airbnbs. It's me, all me. My checks are going, 90% of my checks are going straight to Airbnb the whole time, okay? I can't save money. I can't do shit. I was lucky to be able to put my kids' Christmas gifts on layaway at Burlington and Nordstrom and get them like 10 things each, you know, and my kids are used to getting not spoiled. Like I've never been rich, but I take care of my kids. They're the only things that matter to me. Like they're my babies, you know? So I end up on December 26th going into preterm labor in the Airbnb. I deliver both babies by hand in the shower. I get ambulance picked up and taken to Swedish Covenant Hospital, where I stayed for 3 days. I had to have emergency surgery to empty the contents of my uterus. And then I got fired from Gatir. After Langston Duggar told me that they were accusing me of being a drug trafficker, when I lost the babies, I thought for sure they're not going to believe me. So I took a little video and I sent it to my boss, Tanisha. Her and I were really cool. She would never in a million years fire me. I get a text from someone I don't know named Lakai saying, you're hereby terminated from this job for sending graphic content to Tanisha. To her personal cell phone. I showed her that I was literally nothing naked, but just proof that the babies passed away. I got fired from my job for that. So less than 2 weeks after losing twins, February 14th, I'm fired from my job. I have nowhere to go. And Xavier's father agrees that he's going to give us $200 to $300 every 3 days to cover our Airbnb and pay me back for the money that I've paid on the Airbnb, which is close to $2,000 or $3,000 at this point. He does so for 3 weeks and then just stops sending any payment. We have been in a fucking tent, not a single night inside since that time. Negative however many degrees, freezing fucking cold, soaking wet, torrential downpour, you fucking name it. We have been outside in a fucking tent since February 14th. I have been robbed multiple times. I have been sexually assaulted multiple times. I have been ignored multiple times. I have gone to law enforcement for Lake County, Cook County, DuPage County, Bensonville, Elmhurst, Lombard, Villa Park, Chicago, Harwood Heights, Schiller Park. What else is there? What else can you expect me to do without assistance from some sort of government agency? I've called the FBI. No one comes. No one comes. And right when I start feeling like they don't care and they forgot about me, you would expect like there would be a sign something better would happen. Oh no, that's when they increase the kill yourself calls, fuck you whore calls, you're a deadbeat mother calls. Those are pretty much the only calls they let come through anymore. So every day I apply to jobs. Every day I look for a way. And the more I do to be proactive in this situation, the more they allow me to be abused and beaten and raped and robbed. I just want to be with my children. Today I called my lawyer, Nick Albuquerque, after being beaten by Schiller Park police last week Sunday. And when I say beaten, I don't mean they won. I mean beaten like they physically slammed me on the ground while pregnant, slammed my head into the ground for laying on a yoga mat in a defenseless position. That's it. I promise you that's it. I did absolutely nothing wrong. Nothing. No laws were broken. They had come up to where we were. We had a photo shoot. I was shooting the Elements photo shoot, Series 1, water. Directly across the street from the police station. They approached and I said to them, are you harassing us or following us here? Because we just got here 10 seconds ago and there are 3 of you here surrounding us. They said, no, we just want to let you know if you leave all this stuff here and go anywhere, the garbage truck will come and take it. Xavier's like, so we're fine? That's all you needed? Yeah, that's all. They leave. About 9 p.m., Xavier goes, I'm going to go to Uno's and grab us a pizza. A sponsor donated us a pizza. I said, are you sure? I have a really bad feeling about this. I don't want you to leave. He said, yeah, I'm going to go. I'll be right back. The second he pulls away on his bike, I swear to God to you, not 30 seconds after he leaves, I'm surrounded by the same police who already had gloves on their hands. They blind me with their flashlights, scream, get up, get up. I jump up as fast as I can, start folding up my yoga mat, have my yoga mat in my arm like this. The officer literally starts beating the fuck out of me, slams me to the ground, slams my head to the ground, drags me around, breaks the wheel off of my cart, dumps all of my luggage onto the floor, takes me to jail, and puts me in a little room where I'm hyperventilating and requesting my lawyer and medical assistance for 3.5 hours before they finally opened the fucking doors. Still refused me a lawyer, still refused me medical, and forced me to sign some bullshit before they let me out. When does it stop? I'm pregnant and a mother of 3. In the time you've kept me apart from my children, my daughter has started her period, had prom, homecoming, done freshman, sophomore, and junior year of high school. My other daughter, my youngest daughter, is in 2nd grade already. She was in kindergarten when this shit kicked off. Kinder. My son started high school, finished middle school. When do I get to go back to being a mother? You've hijacked my life. And for what? For what? I don't have a criminal record. I'm not a terrorist. I haven't hurt anyone. I'm going to let you guys go because it's getting late. There's a whole lot more. I need, to do better with writing it out. I just am tired, and then Xavier has turned out to be a big lie. And I don't understand his game. And I don't understand how he would be with me for 14 months without ever hurting me. And then 14 weeks ago, after intentionally getting me pregnant a second time, why would he start beating the fuck out of me? He's never put a hand on me prior to that. Why would he just start? At the same time, communication with my family is getting weirder and weirder, more limited. Prior to Dylan's release, do you guys know how many holidays that I missed with my family? Never. Not 1 year ever. You know how many I've missed since Dylan's release? All 4 years. Something's not right. And I'm not the only woman. Dylan has left a long list of women in his wake. Samantha, Jordan Lott. Start there, Jordan Lott. Ask her. Star Guidono, Guidono. Her name is Estrella. Jessica, who he forced into prostitution and got transferred to California when everything hit the fan. Jessica, who mysteriously died at his father's Goose Island recording studio, and they waited hours to report it. No repercussions ever to Dylan. He's never held accountable. He has never once to this day called me and apologized or said, thank you for waiting 4 years for me to come home from prison and ruin your fucking life. Where is the justice?